Well, hello and welcome everyone on this fourth Wednesday in our new year of 2025. It still feels fresh and it's filled with wonderful potentials of change. You know, it's another fourth Wednesday forum, which is a time when we take questions from the membership and discuss things that Kryon has given us.
And if you have a question for us, we would absolutely love to hear from you. All your questions can be submitted in the portal, and tonight we'll be giving an in-depth discussion on a topic that we feel may assist us all. If you're joining us for the very first time, welcome. And again, it's the fourth Wednesday of the month, and it's what we call the fourth Wednesday Forum. So let me quickly review. Every fourth Wednesday of the month, it's just Lee and I together with Kryon, focusing on a topic that is of interest based on the questions we see in the membership portal. On the other Wednesdays, we invite a special guest to bring us an experience where we can expand our hearts and elevate our consciousness. We always have a channel from Kryon, and we always end with the Circle of 12, but we begin every program by saying some affirmations. And we invite you to join us and claim them as your own. Affirmations are powerful. Affirmations are a direct communication to your own body intelligence, to your own consciousness. So let's take a moment to feel the reality of what we can do with our own consciousness in the oneness of this now moment. Within me is a piece of the Creator. I am divine.
Within me is a piece of the Creator. I am divine.
My divinity means that I am loved and supported by a multitude of holy beings.
My divinity means that I am loved and supported by a multitude of holy beings.
I give permission for spiritual intervention so that I am always guided by love and compassion.
I give permission for spiritual intervention so that I am always guided by love and compassion.
I expect benevolence for all things in all ways.
I expect benevolence for all things in all ways.
And let us repeat those same series of affirmations and really feel into the majesty of who you are and what your lineage represents. Within me is a piece of the Creator. I am divine.
Within me is a piece of the Creator. I am divine.
My divinity means that I am loved and supported by a multitude of holy beings.
My divinity means that I am loved and supported by a multitude of holy beings.
I give permission for spiritual intervention so that I am always guided by love and compassion.
I give permission for spiritual intervention so that I am always guided by love and compassion.
I expect benevolence for all things in all ways.
I expect benevolence for all things in all ways. Can you feel the divinity as we say these simple affirmations? These are designed for you, and you're welcome to say them every day if you wish, or, of course, with us on this program. I believe it's the absolute perfect way to start our evening.
And let's keep this lovely energy and move into a meditation and a Kryon channeling. I invite you to close your eyes and let us repeat the phrase, I expect benevolence in all things, in all ways. Essentially, we are giving allowance for things we don't yet know about coming to us like a precious gift. It's a gift filled with love, and therefore there is this excitement and anticipation of something good coming our way. We deserve to have good things come our way. We deserve to be constantly reminded that we are loved beyond measure. We deserve to have a message of love come to us in many, many ways, whether it's through friendship, through animals we love, through experiences we have, or through messages from Kryon. And so let us take delivery of the first good thing to come our way from Kryon.
Is there a method to allow humans to live longer? This is something I would like to talk a little more in depth on today. And I'll just give you a warning in advance. Some of these things may be controversial to what you've learned, to what you've been told, even to your lifestyle. As you hear this right now, I will tell you that human beings are being given literally an energetic dispensation, you might say, an energetic placement so that you, as a human being, can live longer. Live longer than you would have otherwise, and that's the point. Yes is the answer. Yes is the answer. There are ways for the human being to live longer. And I could categorize them, and I still would not get your attention like I will the first one. So let's not categorize them. Let's just say there is a way that everyone knows, it's obvious, but we're going to talk about it anyway before we get to the one that's less obvious. There are those who are understanding now, and for 10 years or more, there has been a push toward better eating, a push toward better food. And in that, there are many diets for you. And we have said before that not one of them is for all of you. Did you get that? There is no one correct diet for every single one of you. It doesn't work that way. Have you noticed how individual you are? Every single human being. What if that individuality went all the way into your ancestral DNA? Now, careful, I want you to understand what I'm saying. What if you had ancestral DNA that actually works with and controls your metabolism, your life, all of the things that you are as you move forward? Ancestral DNA is the placement of energy for your ancestors. Where did you come from? That's the point. You cannot ignore it. In so many of those in this, my partner's country, the United States, who don't have really ancestors who worked here. They are someone else. They're from somewhere else, and they become someplace else and someone else that you don't even know. You may even not have had contact with them. That's the way so much of the immigration has worked in his country. So what were they like? Maybe you should find out. And here's why. Because where they were placed, where they were born, where your grandfathers and grandmothers had their grandfathers and grandmothers, and it kept going back and back, you'll find yourself in another country. In that lineage, if you look at it. And you might say that how they ate and how they sustained themselves in the environment that they had is in your DNA. Now, you're going to come along and decide to do a diet that's missing one of the 4 food groups, or concentrate on one, ignoring all of the others. And in a way, you're saying, this is the best thing for me, ignoring all of that, which is your ancestral DNA. How do you feel about it? So, I am not making diets wrong. I am saying, be careful. If you go on one that does that, make sure it feels right. Don't be surprised if one day there is something that is wrong, or you feel something and you go to a physician and they say, well, perhaps you ought to eat this other thing for a while, and they say, no, I don't do that. And what they're trying to tell you is your ancestral DNA is objecting to your health for what you've done. Eating is a big one, isn't it? And so we tell you yet again, eating correctly for your ancestral DNA will allow you to live longer, and the reason is because you're balanced. This body of yours is designed to regenerate. This body of yours is designed to work within the DNA you were given by your ancestors. It doesn't change simply because you were born here. That's number one, food. Number two, one of the things that so many of you miss is that you will live longer, much longer, with a stronger immune system. Now, here we go, because there will be those who will object to what I'm going to say, because you learned it differently from those metaphysical teachers who say, you must do this, you must do that, you must do that. And they are as guilty as the ones who give you a diet that say there's only one way to do this. There are many ways to do things, dear ones, depending upon your energy, your contact with spirit, all of the things that you call the metaphysical experience that you would have. How close are you to the Creator? A stronger immune system will allow you years more, because a stronger immune system will not catch the flus, not the colds, or all of the other things common to humans. And where one will have one of those things happen every year, you might have it happen every 10 years. Because a strong immune system will keep you balanced and strong in that department. Listen, even if a pandemic should occur, and one did, those with stronger immune systems will survive where others with weaker will not. It has nothing to do with some of the things that you've been told, dear ones. Maybe what you would call the antidotes has another name I won't mention. It has nothing to do with that, nothing. It's just that a stronger immune system will help you survive, and that is simple logic. Dear ones, there are several ways to have a stronger immune system, so as to let you know what others have told you. Can you create that through consciousness? Oh, yes, you can. In fact, the last thing we're going to tell you has to do with that very thing. Can consciousness alone create a stronger immune system? Yes, and here's why. Consciousness is energy. Your chemistry in your body, all of it, responds to consciousness. All of it. It's the most powerful thing you have. But it's difficult. It's difficult for most of you because you live in a modern world and you do not yet have the tools to target that which are parts of your body, to work on daily in order to balance this body of yours for beauty, for longevity. It takes a meditator, dear ones. It takes one who knows how to focus on the cells, on the DNA, and work together in a way that so many find difficult. Often, you don't even have time. So I am telling you the best and most efficient way is through your own consciousness, through the affirmations that you would say daily. When you talk about the strength of your own immune system and you tell your body to behave, basically, that you're the boss, basically. That's number one. There are several ways of working with your immune system. The second one, of course, is food. There will be certain kinds of food substances known for their nutrition, for their vitamins, for their minerals, that you can then take in addition to what you eat that help your ancestral DNA with a stronger immune system. But often they don't taste very good. And so when you get the idea that you will take these and you'll ingest these and these, pretty soon you go, this is not necessarily what I would like. It doesn't taste good. That's very common, dear ones. It is common because you didn't grow up with it. Or perhaps your ancestral DNA doesn't like it because you didn't take it before. You must have the ability to strengthen your immune system in a world where you've decided to put yourself in harm, and you have. You live in pollution. What do you do about that? This then draws down your immune system. Did you know that? Of course it will. You're breathing in pollution. Your immune system is struggling all the time. You may be one that has decided to live in a place that you rarely see the sun. You go to work, all you have is central heating and air conditioning, always blowing all of the chemistry upon you, and you breathe that most of your life. Do you think that is going to strengthen your immune system? No, it's going to weaken it. If you have a stronger immune system, all of those things will work fine if you wish to supplement them with the vitamins and the minerals that you don't get, the substances that you should have had in a normal ancestral DNA balance. Then you get down to supplements. Yes, indeed. I will tell you that your planet has provided some very pure sustenance in supplements that is safe. Look for them, which will be the ones to help those who cannot do it naturally and cannot do it through food, and so you will do it through the supplements. In your civilization, that probably will work best. Because again, so many of you don't have time. You don't have time to live longer. Sad, but it's true. So that was that one way I'm telling you about. There are three ways. There's consciousness, there's food, and there's supplements. I have a story. It's one that repeats itself constantly. I want you to listen carefully. There's a man and a woman, husband and wife. And they've been married together, partners, joyful partners, for 50 years. And as it is in life, one is taken early, leaving the other one devastated. And in that scenario, you often see something that is going to tell you everything. In the grief that the one feels after the other one leaves, the chemistry starts to change in the human body. The ideas of life itself and what it's worth starts to change in the human body. And often, within months, the other one passes over. What just happened? I want you to pay attention. The consciousness of the individual who was left could not cope with the grief that changed the chemistry and created death. Better to leave than to stick around. That means that consciousness actually controlled lifespan. Consciousness does this in both directions. In other words, it can terminate your life early, and it can extend it way beyond the place where it would have been. Consciousness can extend life. That is the biggest new thing I could tell you. That in this energy is the best thing you could ever do to have a longer life. And here we go. Some will say, well, I do have good consciousness. I'm listening to this program. Of course I have good consciousness. Let me ask you a question. Do you fear the future? Are you one that has been told that this is not going to go very well these next years, and so you ought to worry about it? And you do. If you're one who perhaps turns on the media and they say you ought to worry about it, and you do. If you are in fear of the future, you're barely keeping up, and the chemistry of your body is pressed upon. It does not keep that immune system of yours strong. It does not keep the balance of your body strong. It even frightens your ancestral DNA because you're afraid of life. Afraid of life. And you might say, that's not me. That's not me, Kryon. I'm not afraid of life, really. Do you complain? Do you complain? Do you go to places where others complain with you? You have a complaining party. When others come over, do you decide you're believing certainly you believe something in common, therefore you should complain in common? I'll tell you, this diminishes your life. Diminishes your life. And the reason, the chemistry of your body reacts to these kinds of things. Negativity, fear, complaining is that which then actually digs into that which you think is wrong and exposes it. That's fear. You may not think it is, but it is. How do you sleep at night after you go to a complaining party? This is common to humanity. It is common to your society. And here is my message. Get out of the habit. You have the ability to live an exceptionally long life. Your body is designed for it. It's designed for it when you don't beat it up. It's designed for it when you don't give it bad chemistry and fear and worry. It's designed to repair itself, rejuvenate, and last a very long time. I am telling you something you need to hear. You want to live longer? You can. You can. Make sure you eat something that's common sense and not something somebody just gave you. Try it, see if it works. Don't believe somebody because it works for them. Support your immune system in many ways so you always have a stronger immune system. Measure it, perhaps, with how many colds you get. And you'll see them start to diminish. You know that your immune system is ready. That will give you added years. And finally, stay out of fear. Stay out of worry. Don't have complaining parties. I just gave you some secrets, some really good ones. And you can stay around a lot longer on this planet. Perhaps for your partner, perhaps for your children, perhaps just so you can spread the joy of who you are to the human race. I'm Kryon, in love with all of you. And so it is. Hello and welcome to Wednesdays with Kryon. We're here yet again in the second Wednesday of the month to celebrate the Love Month.
Yay!
Yay. With Valentine's Day only days away, we are sending love and thanks to all of you, and gratitude as well. Thank you again for joining us in a program where the intention is for you to experience 90 minutes of wonderful love hugs and support from your spiritual family.
Our time tonight is going to be very special. Well, at least it is for me. But I'm going to ask Lee to explain a little bit about that later. The reason is because Lee is going to present his number one most favourite person in the whole wide world. Yes, it's me. But before we get to there, we wish to set the energy with some affirmations a Kryon channeling, and a few comments about things we wish to share with you, especially if you're new to the Kryon family.
This is where I again take just a brief moment to remind new subscribers about the green mist. I know I've done it before. There may be a time when I stop doing this, but I do it because, like Monica mentioned, there are many who are new to our Wednesdays with Kryon program. If that's you, welcome to the Kryon family. But you may not realize that we have a wonderful monthly Sunday morning program called The Green Mist, and it's included with your membership. It's a very special energy that we have created, and it's changing the lives of many who are experiencing it. It's a good program. And as we look at the data, we see that it's far more popular than we expected, and far more of you are watching it live on Sunday morning than we expected. This live stream program with chat is the first Sunday of the month at 8:30 a.m. Pacific Time, one of the most peaceful times of the week. Next month, it'll be on the 2nd of March, so why not join us live? If you haven't experienced it yet, I know you're going to love it.
So let's again start our time together with the intention of remembering our divinity and the ability to love beyond any human description. We invite you to join in with us and claim the affirmations as your own. Affirmations are a wonderful tool that we can use to enhance our life. It can help shift the energy around us, and it can also yield wonderful synchronicities in ways that are beyond our imagination. So as we hear the music, let's allow that music to assist us to drop into our hearts and become fully present in this now moment. I am a living example of love. I allow myself to receive the infinite flow of unconditional love from the Creator.
I am a living example of love. I allow myself to receive the infinite flow of unconditional love from the Creator.
I am a conduit of love and light, which radiates all around me.
I am a conduit of love and light, which radiates all around me.
I walk in beauty and glow with the purity of love consciousness.
I walk in beauty and glow with the purity of love consciousness.
Let us repeat those affirmations one more time, really feeling the energy of love within us and flowing through us. I am a living example of love. I allow myself to receive the infinite flow of unconditional love from the Creator.
I am a living example of love. I allow myself to receive the infinite flow of unconditional love from the Creator.
I am a conduit of love and light, which radiates all around me.
I am a conduit of love and light, which radiates all around me.
I walk in beauty and glow with the purity of love consciousness.
I walk in beauty and glow with the purity of love consciousness. I want to thank Monica for always bringing us such wonderful affirmations. They're always a good reminder of how we are so much bigger than what most of us were told.
Oh, thank you, Lee. And just so everyone knows, Lee also helps in the creation of the affirmations. And now that we have set that energy, let's keep it going as we move into a mini meditation before the Kryon channel. I invite you to close your eyes and tune in to the cells of your body right now. Those cells of your body, as you tune in to every piece of DNA, every molecule, every cell of your body that has just heard you talk about the energy of love. Can you feel, sense, visualize, or know that every cell of your body has just had a love wash? They have been bathed in love and beauty and grace, peacefulness, harmony and balance. All of these things are the side effects of when you set intention and focus to bathe yourself and all that around you in the energy of love. For the energy of love is a state of being. And when you're in that state of being, of love, it changes the chemistry of everything around you. There is this allowance of the energy of love to flow in and out. There's an ebb and flow that is effortless. And it is this state of being that you remain within as you practice mastery in your daily life. So let us give the invitation to our higher self, our soul energy, for us to remain within this state of being. Even as the meditation finishes, as the Kryon channel finishes, as the evening tonight together finishes, let us set the intent to remain within the energy of love. And let us now hear a message from Kryon.
Is Earth receiving help from the stars? Greetings, dear ones. I am Kryon of Magnetic Service. This particular statement, some of you have the answer for because you have heard that which I have given you the teachings of many, many times. There are many who are just starting to realize things. They have an awakening of their own. Perhaps things are bigger than you've been taught or told. That is always what we ask you to consider. And one of the things that we have told you yet from the beginning is that your very 23 chromosomes of DNA shout at you that you are different from all those before you on the planet who had 24. We've told you in the past that something happened 200,000 years ago that you should know about. We've told you something that is perhaps eye-rolling to many, except the scientists also are scratching their heads. What happened that would take you out of the normal mammal configuration of 24 chromosomes suddenly to 23? We gave you the word, intervention. In this particular case, it was intervention from the stars. Here is the premise that you should know and hear yet again. This galaxy of yours is alive. There are so many with high consciousness, low consciousness. There's life everywhere. Right now, as I sit with my partner in this chair, you have discovered multitudes of other planets around stars much like yours, that have atmospheres, that have temperatures much like yours, perhaps even water like yours. And the longer we wait, the more are discovered and discovered, until you'll realize there are millions of Earths. Eventually you'll see that. What are the odds that a few of them, a percentage, maybe a few thousand even, have life? What are the odds that it's life before yours started? All of those things, the odds are tremendously in favor of all of that. And this leads me again to tell you this, dear ones. Those who seeded you, changed your DNA, and created that in you which is compassion, and postured you for a 24th pair of chromosomes that have enlightenment, that are multidimensional, that are the avenue, you might say, or the window to the Creator. That's what happened. And here you sit, a human being that has changed from the stars, has been changed from the stars. Why would that be? And who was it? We have given you this information before. It's not that critical that you count the stars and know who the personalities were, but instead that you would know that from that Seven Sisters area, there was love given to you. And those that came down who knew they could never leave came down in a multidimensional way without spaceships, which is the way of travel, and they stayed. And they stayed because they are in love with humanity. You might say, are their lineage. In a reverse way, you are their future and lineage. Dear ones, they have been here all along, and there is great love for you. How they have helped you in the past is a story we wish to tell. But more than that is how they're helping you now. In the past, they were your teachers. For thousands of years they spent here giving you the essences of divine purpose, the way things worked, how compassion worked, how spirit worked, how love worked. They taught for a very long time. You might say they taught like mothers would teach. If you look at them, you would say they are all feminine, and they have a gender which appears to be that way. It is that way. You might say they are mothers from the stars, star mothers. There is so much love coming to you. In addition to that which we've talked about from the creative source or for your soul, there is so much love coming to you from that which is what you would call the star family. It doesn't stop there. Roll your eyes some more, because they were seeded by others. There are ascended planets, lots of them, who have gone through the tests that you have, but have an extra million years or so on you. Not a technology advancement, a consciousness advancement. Someday you'll realize that all of your technology is cute. It helps you, kind of. But the thing that you're really developing is high consciousness. That's the highest technology in the universe. High consciousness, where you can change physics literally with your own consciousness and desires. This is not only available, I have taught about it for 36 years, it is reality. Suddenly on this planet during the shift, you're starting to see it. You're starting to see consciousness raise itself. You're starting to feel the love from the stars. Some of you are aware that you're not alone. Now, there are many out there, but I am speaking specifically now about those who created you, helped you, taught you. And when they were here, they did something else for you. They put into this very planet a system so that when you arrived here, you would have help. Call them time capsules, if you wish, that would open around the earth and help push the dark away and help accept the light and actually change the fabric of dark and light. And it wasn't going to happen unless you did something. And you did. Through the harmonic convergence, you made a decision in 1987 that there would be no more World War III, II, I, no more world wars. There would be no more Armageddon. Instead, you would have an avenue on a new train track, you might say, of the old one in history that kept repeating itself and repeating itself, going around and around. You went on to this new train track, and all manner of things have already happened. Some of them you may look at and say, how could that be positive? Change can often be this way. What if I told you the wars of this planet may be the final ones? Would that change your attitude about this new track? What if I told you on this planet there would be remarkable inventions soon that might change that which is hunger or the lack of water? These are all in line to be given to you when you stop warring. This has always been the plan, dear ones. You have those from the stars who have helped you for thousands of years and that are stepping up now to help you in even a grander way. Can you give thanks right now for the Star Mothers? Can you perhaps say, I don't know, Kryon, that sounds like pretty wild stuff. Why don't you just not decide, if you wish, and wait a while until it shows itself in your reality in 3D when you meet them, and you will. Dear ones, it's closer than you think. There will be some kinds of contacts coming sooner than you think. Maybe not the final ones, maybe not the Star Mothers, but enough for you to know that this galaxy is teeming with life. There's something else that they have done. These ascended planets, they're your family. They know you. They stand over you. There's actually some protection of Earth for you. I would not tell you these things, dear ones, if they were not true. I want you to sit for a moment and ponder, what if I'm right? What if, as you sit here, you actually have DNA from the stars, combined with that which evolved from humanity a long time ago as humans? This is the way of all things at the moment human. That you do have DNA from the stars, and that means that each and every human is enabled. Each and every one of you is enabled for an awakening of what is already inside you to a grander truth, to communication with those who came early and taught you that which is the information that is the source of the Creator. Would you like to retrieve that information? Would you like to know more about the love that is for you from those from the stars? It's not that difficult, dear ones. All you have to say, dear Spirit, if this is so and this is true, in some way, show me. In some way, give synchronicities so that I can see that perhaps this is not just one message from one channeler. Dear ones, there are indigenous all over the world who will give you the same message that I just gave you. It is well known. Where do you stand here? Will you receive the love from your star family? I'm crying in love with you all. And so it is.